Good morning, all. This is Constable Stephen Wiggs of the 16th Ward, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Coming to you guys to help you understand what's actually happening between me and the state troopers. Um, just to give you a little backstory, me and the troopers been fighting since 2017, where they tried to um, stop me from aiding motorists by telling me not to pull over for a motorist unless they were trying to flag me down. And then when I rejected that idea and raised them our marching orders from the constable's office that came from the Supreme Court, uh, they didn't like that idea. So they pushed through to write me a citation for my emergency lighting. The day of the hearing, I had um, I had to show proof of rights and things of that nature to the hearing officer. The hearing officer never found me guilty for having the lights, as the troopers made it appear to these deputy sheriffs out there or out here in Philadelphia County. The hearing officer found me guilty for two other elements that I never knew existed. Um, so here's what the hearing officer found me guilty for. The hearing officer found me guilty for operating the lights in a non-professional manner. So I didn't really understand what that meant. I tried to ask for clarification. She didn't give it. So then she said I operated my lights outside of my jurisdiction. And I said to this woman, uh, ma'am, you do know we're state officers, right? And she said, well, you can appeal it if you want. So then I did appeal it. Um, and on the appeal date, uh, the judge ruled in my favor and found me not guilty because the troopers really never mentioned that I was a constable. They just said Stephen Wiggs pulling behind people with red and blue lights and a bullhorn in his personal vehicle. Newsflash. It was a fully marked police vehicle from the Pennsylvania State Constable Office with a light bar and everything on it. Cage, everything. Our vehicles, for the most part, are just like the college campus police vehicles. The vehicles are not owned by a government entity, they owned by the officer of the government entity. So the college campus police vehicles are owned by the college campus or the college itself and its police officers driving them, sworn law enforcement driving them. And it's the same for the constable office. The state regulates how we outfit our vehicles and things in that nature. And our vehicles got to be held to the same standards as the other law enforcement officials. Therefore, the vehicles are no longer used or cannot be used for anything private, like taking your kids to the park or something like that, or going on a date with your wife, girlfriend. It's not for personal use. It's for official use only. This is what the state set up for us. So, that being said, the trooper didn't put in his report that it was a fully marked vehicle and that it was a law enforcement officer driving it. The judge was sold the idea that I was a regular guy on the street driving around with a regular vehicle, a civilian style looking vehicle. So when it came out in court that I was the constable, she threw the case out. She threw the case out. So what I'm going to play for you guys now is an audio of an interaction between me and the troopers last year. Now, me and the fight between the troopers on the day that I beat them in the red and blue lights case, that was 2018. I was acquitted back then. So why are they still harassing me? I got 2 charges of the same charge after that. By the same agency in 2 different counties after that. You guys tell me if this is not harassment. So, I'm going to allow you guys to hear the audio. I'm not going to show these guys' faces. I'm going to allow you guys to hear the audio of a conversation between me and them after I beat them in a charge. Okay? This is going to bug you guys out a bit, as it always does me when I look at it. Now, to give you a slight backstory on this particular day, which is 12/30/2021. There, here in Philadelphia County, on South Front Street and Market, there was a tractor trailer that got stuck on a ramp, which was state police jurisdiction. I came across it. I activated my lighting like any other law enforcement officer would, and I maintained traffic control and called in the authorities, which is the state troopers. First, I called in Philly. Philly told me it's state police jurisdiction, so I was pretty wary about calling them, but it was their jurisdiction, so I did. Now, at this point, because me and them have already been at war, I was ready for a fight. I was fixing to be ready for a fight against them or whoever was going to be pulling up, if they had the energy of, someone wanting to be hostile toward constables, So what did I get? I ended up getting an African American woman trooper that seemed to be unbiased against constables, and I was ready to go because I was there for a while. I was ready to go. I had just got off a detail at that point, and I'm ready to go lay down, get my behind the bed for the next day. But instead, she asked me to stay. What did we have? We had a Mexican guy that turned out to be illegally driving here in the U.S. She asked me to stay. I backed her up. I watched her back as we walked to the cab to get this guy's information. I was there with her the whole way, and I saw it in her face that she didn't want to be alone with that guy. So I was there for her, as a law enforcement officer should be at the request of a fellow law enforcement officer. So fast forwarding, after I backed her up, after I gave my energy, my time, free of taxpayers' dollars. This is what came after. Listen to the audio.
What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
All right.
Hanging in there?
What's going on? What's going on?
Good. Thanks for stopping.
Oh, man, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, when I rode up, it was where it was when you guys seen it.
Yeah.
Man, I just maintained until you guys got here, man. And,
All right. Awesome.
you know,
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
you don't need me.
Nah, I just got a couple questions for you, that's all. Yeah, we're good. Mr. Wiggs, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, so I just want to let you know, you're a constable, right?
Right.
I know it's elected and all that. Just want to give you a heads up. The red and blues don't meet the definition for Title 75 and everything for the emergency vehicle. All right, I just got to give you a heads up. I just want to tell you.
Real quick, mind you, they charged me with impersonating twice. And we went through over a year-long battle. So if I was 100% in the wrong, I would not be wearing this, nor would they have not been ordered to give me back the very same vehicle I'm using in this video at this time. Think about that.
You know we've been through that already, right?
I'm well aware. However, that's what the definition says.
I mean, we've been through that directly with your direct barracks.
I know.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
barracks, actually.
I know.
The only problem
Right.
is,
So
you'll get it in a lot of, like, it's not worth the hassle. You know what I'm saying? Like I know this is your car and you're a constable, right? So you gotta probably buy your own car, right?
Right.
So that being said, in Pennsylvania, the constable can't have red and blue lights. And I'm sure you probably bought this with the lights on it. And I'm not like here to dispute it with you. It's just not worth you getting in trouble over it.
You know,
It's not worth me getting in trouble over it. I went through a year-long battle. A year-long battle with them in their barracks. And it's not worth me getting in trouble. If I was in trouble, just listen to this.
It's not that I'm saying you're less of a person, your job is not important. I'm just saying that the PA state law, like,
so, I mean, I know you guys have a different element to what police is.
no. The law that
we'll be with you. We'll be right with you. All right.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
The law across the board of Pennsylvania is the same. Like, you're a PA constable, right?
Right.
It's the same
Listen
rules.
to the ignorance.
Same rules that you got.
Okay, so same laws apply to the fact that by the definition of what a police officer is, constables fit.
Yes, so a constabulary is different
Listen to this.
than a state trooper. And it's different than a cop in Philadelphia. It's different rules for everything. Like a parole officer. They're still an officer. There's different
Basically,
rules.
a constable doesn't fit the full definition of a police officer. That's why everything's marked constable and not police. Okay?
You know, we see
You don't have full police authority or power.
so where you guys getting that information from?
Where?
Title
Because
18 of the
Title
Crime Code
18
in
and Title
Pennsylvania.
75.
So on the title,
So in Title 18, the definition of a police officer means someone that can make an arrest. Constables make arrests, whether it's for a warrant or a non-warrant offense. Constables make arrests.
Like I said, I appreciate you stopping and everything. I'm just informing you.
of what?
Okay? Of just the lights.
Well, so like, literally on your vest, it says police, right?
Because we're police officers of the state.
That's the thing. So we're actually state troopers.
Okay.
You're a Pennsylvania state constable.
Before troopers, they were constables.
Yes.
Yeah,
Your agency were called constables before it became troopers. I don't know if you know your history.
Yeah,
of your own agency.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but
No.
the law changed since then. I don't write the law. Trust me, man. It's just.
He said things changed since then. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
In history here of the agency, right?
Okay.
Okay. So currently, still today,
Yes.
the constable is recognized under Pennsylvania law as police officers in many different elements here. Not only under federal case law, but state law. So,
Well, the problem is constabulary. Like when you got sworn in as a constable.
Listen closely to what he's about to say.
You're a constabulary officer. It's not a police officer. The problem is when you put police, that's the word. It's seriously. That's what it's all about. Is the word police.
you know, police is a general law enforcement term, right?
No.
Yes, it is.
Officer is the general term.
So
Wait,
when we talk about
wait. He said, officer is the general law enforcement term. See, they want to downplay the constable's office so bad that they are willing to sound so stupid. So stupid. You know, they don't understand what they're saying. You guys can hit, just listen to this. Let's go further.
A peace officer or a police officer?
we're recognized as all three, police officer, peace officer, as well as you. You're recognized as peace officers too.
Yeah, yes, well, Pennsylvania State Police Officers.
No.
Pennsylvania State Peace Officers.
But that's what you're called. That's your title. Okay? That's your title. But your very being, you're still peace officers of the state, too.
Yeah. Now,
just like everybody else.
Yo, let me run that back.
Okay.
You're recognized as peace officers, too.
Yeah, it's
peace officer.
Right?
No.
Yes, it is.
Officer is the job. Seriously, that's what it's going in. As a constable, you're a constabulary officer. It's not a police officer. The problem is when you put police, that's the word. It's seriously. That's what it's all about. Is the word police.
You know, police is a general law enforcement term, right?
No.
Yes, it is.
Officer is the general term.
So when we talk about
a peace officer or a police officer,
we're recognized as all three, police officer, peace officer, as well as you. You're recognized as peace officers too.
Yeah, yes, well, Pennsylvania State Police Officers.
No.
Pennsylvania State Peace Officers.
But that's what you're called. That's your title. Okay? That's your title. But your very being, you're still peace officers of the state, too.
Now,
just like everybody else.
Here's the deal, okay? So, look, we appreciate you stopping, all right? So I understand you stopped, public safety, all that stuff, okay? Look, just let me finish, all right? I understand you stopped, public safety and everything. A constable doesn't meet the burden for an emergency vehicle, okay? You can't have
that's not true.
Look, it's not the same.
We've already been through this, bro.
I'm not here to argue.
I'm not down the
I'm not here to argue.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't meet the burden, all right?
Why are we doing this?
And also,
we're doing this because we actually have to do it.
we have to.
Why?
Because under Title 8, so we're Pennsylvania State police officers, right? So it's our job to enforce the law. So if
It's yours, mine.
Exactly. But you're currently with the red and blue lights on your car in violation of the
How
law
would I
that we're
be
actually
in violation?
because you're not allowed to have. So this is an emergency vehicle, right?
Well, it's represented
Is it an emergency vehicle? Right. So if it's an emergency vehicle and it has red and blue lights, you have to have the Pennsylvania State Police has to issue you a form that you're approved to have red and blue lights on.
Hold on. Let's talk about that for a second. The Pennsylvania State Police only issues these elements that they're talking about to volunteer personnel, whether it's volunteer fire or what. So they don't issue those to other law enforcement officers. Okay? And if this is so, then it probably would be the chief of police that is putting lights on his personal vehicle, because chiefs of police have that ability to do so. But guess what? the constable is also the chief of the office. We are the elected official that runs the office, that's in charge of the office. So, in essence, the constable is also a chief of police. So, there's these people and the things they say is just out of control. To try their best to police us and not want to recognize us for who it is that the law says we are is beyond them. They don't have the authority to do what they're doing. And this is why I'm exposing this. Let's go further.
Your vehicle, and it has to be registered as an emergency vehicle.
Wait a minute.
Well, is your car registered as an emergency vehicle?
Just in the future, make sure everything you wear doesn't say police. Make sure it represents you as a constable, not as a police officer.
Constables are police officers.
They do not have full police power. You
We have criminal investigative authority.
You do not have the same power.
Yes, we do.
That's
Yes, we do.
not.
Yes,
Okay,
we do.
so here's the deal. I already have all your information.
That's why there's this.
I already have all your information pulled up. Okay, you're free to go. If we need to contact you, I'll be in contact with you.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
So you guys do know under the same Title 75, we're authorized to conduct traffic control no matter if it's an emergency or non-emergency, right?
Yes, but under Title 75, this is an emergency vehicle.
And constables are listed,
It can have.
police officers are listed as first responders as well.
But the emergency vehicle distinction, the police officer distinction are totally different.
Our vehicles have to be maintained under the guidelines of the state.
Yeah.
You know, so we're forced to make sure that we have cages and our vehicles are equipped in the same condition as any other law enforcement officer.
Yes.
You know, so if this is the case here for us, you know, where we got to maintain our vehicles, no different than you guys got to maintain. Like, so basically, you guys are holding us accountable to the fact that we are forced to put these vehicles in our names because we're not a tax-funded agency. This is why this situation is going on.
That's that. I mean, honestly,
So, listen, obviously we're just talking in circles here, okay? We have control of the scene now.
Yeah.
All right? You're no longer needed for public safety in any capacity. All right? If I need to get in contact with you, I'll get in contact with you. All right? I'm going to ask that you please leave my scene now. Okay?
No, I'm not, you know.
No, look, I appreciate having the open, honest discussion with you. All right? We just had to come talk. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah.
The last time I met you was probably 3-4 years ago. All right?
So he knew me.
It's been a while. Maybe a little bit sooner than that, but my memory, I'm pulling that number off the top of my head.
So he
It's
knew
been a
me.
while. All right? And briefly at that. All right?
Okay.
All
No,
right, so
I appreciate you guys stopping.
Just get home safe. All right? And thank you for stopping.
I appreciate
All right.
everything you do.
I'm not
It's
trying
really
to
appreciated.
Yeah.
All right?
This would have been a mess if you didn't stop. So I appreciate that.
We're not trying to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
We're just
This
having
would have
another
been a mess.
discussion with you at this point. All right? So,
No, I got it.
we got it covered. When you get in contact with
All
me.
right.
That was just something that we together, guys. That's all.
All right. And like I said, I appreciate.
All right, look. This would have been a mess if I didn't stop. He's right. It would have been a mess. But it was a mess as after they showed up and did exactly what you guys heard them doing. That is what actually turned it into a big mess. This harassment is ongoing. It's continuous. This was 12/30/2021, last year. The last month of the year and one of the last days of the year. And now I have a citation written again as of this month on the 12th by another barracks. These people don't respect the elected law enforcement officials as the laws are written, and they're abusing taxpayers' dollars, doing what they're doing, and it has to stop. It just simply has to stop, man. So people have this video. People see the faces of who's in the video. And I want you guys to understand that, I do what I'm supposed to do. I do what the citizens need me to do. I do what the citizens elected me to do. I have not one civilian complaint about me in the 7 years I've been on the job. And, it really shouldn't, I don't know. I really wish I didn't have to have these conversations with you guys. But at the end of the day, you guys need the truth. I'm the elected official. I can't hide behind lawyers. I can't hide behind, the agency. I'm the elected official. The elected official has to be the one in front, center, and getting this truth out there to the citizens. So I'm allowing the citizens of Pennsylvania and abroad to know that the elected law enforcement official of the oldest law enforcement agency here in Pennsylvania, of which the Pennsylvania State Police and the municipal police officers get their authority from, as well as the county detectives get their authority from, we are being attacked, and it has to stop now. Thanks for listening. Constable Wiggs. Check you guys later.